Alright, and what is going on, everybody? Quancredible here, and sorry that I keep moving the camera around or that I look kind of blue. I'm just trying to find like that perfect like fit for it. So that's that. But Black Clover, what is it? 243, 243. So again, this I think we're getting to like the third. I want to say like the third chapter of this whole like Dante showing up at the Black Bull's base and fighting against Asta. So it's like our third chapter of that, and it's just more of the same of like a fight, but there are like a couple things I do want to talk about, and we did get some information about one thing. So I'm gonna go through the review with my predictions as always. So like I said, this chapter like literally picks up right where the last one left off, as they always do. Um, Asta in his like newer black form with like his leg in black and face and tail and all that is like fighting against Dante. And then like right there in the very like one of the first like three panels that we see, it's like Vanessa saying that Asta's last attack, like when he like swung down at Dante, like his last attack erased all of like the residual magic in the area from Dante's spell. And we haven't seen anything like this since I want to say like Asta when he was fighting against the Word Devil. We haven't seen anything like that since then when his magic or when his anti-magic was erasing the magic in the area. So I believe this was something similar to that. Um, Definitely brought on by his like newer black form. I don't think that it was necessarily all Asta either. Like I think like Dante kind of just was like whatever. Like I think Dante also kind of just like let it, go. I mean, he doesn't really have a reason to keep them floating up there at that point. So I think it was like a combination of both, but not to get like super deep into that. So like as Asta and like Dante are fighting, like Dante tries to do that whole like warp space thing that he used to stop all the copies of Asta and the Mirrors Brigade that like dispelled all of them, and Asta's anti-magic like still goes through it. And again, I think this is just because like that gravity space distortion was made from magic, and Asta has anti-magic, so that kind of just that's why I think it goes through it. And Dante even says that he wanted to like kind of talk to Asta about this whole thing, but since Asta has literally lost his mind, there's not much that he can really get out of him. But the funny thing is, even if Dante was to talk to Asta about his possession, Asta really doesn't know anything. All he knows is he got this grimoire with the devil in it. That's really the extent of it. Unless Asta has gotten more information about it over the 6 months time skip, like unless he like actually talked to him and got a chance to talk to the anti-magic devil, Asta really don't know nothing about it. So even if Dante was to talk to him, he'd be disappointed. But this is where we get like some crazy, juicy stuff right here. Dante talks to his inner devil, Lucifero, obviously derived from Lucifer or whatever. But he ended up talking to him, and we get to see his silhouette. It's like this super huge demon with like four horns and like four wings, which is crazy because we've only seen the two winged ones for now. So there's definitely like some kind of hierarchy, probably something similar to how angels have six wings or something. I'm not super versed on it, so don't ask me, but probably something along those lines. But he's trying to ask him who he was, and like he thought he was well, he only knew of the Word Devil. What's his name? Zagreed. We got his name finally after like at what he was shown like 40 chapters ago. We're just now getting his name, but we got his name finally, Zagreed or Zagreed, whatever. He said he was the only one out, but he doesn't know who this one is. So even this supposedly higher up devil, because Dante after that says only that the Dark Triad is possessed by a high-ranking devil. So even this higher up doesn't even know who Asa's the one is. So it's really weird. He even says with the stopgap power, like erasing spells, it's probably some like lower ranking demon with paltry magic. So like the real takeaways here is like stopgap. So he's really talking about like how the anti magic is really temporary, which is true and not true. Like when he hit Lumiere, like when I said Lumiere way back in the Shadow House, Lumiere couldn't use magic for a while. But I'm assuming like with actual devils and actual fight, it's probably different, I guess. And then it also sounds like he doesn't really understand that Asta's anti-magic. I think that they think he's just erasing it, which is kind of the same thing but different at the same time. Because you can just erase stuff altogether. It's like, but if you're just completely immune or anti, that's like way better, at least in my opinion. But he really, I don't, like, he doesn't know, so he just assumes he's low ranking, which I think is stupid. This is definitely clearly going to be their downfall for underestimating him. This is when Dante goes like full six path Sasuke and like lifts a bunch of like rocks out of the ground, and like Asta is going through those and fighting them. Now, one thing I did notice is like there's people on the internet freaking out about this, like, oh my gosh, it's basically Naruto, and oh my gosh, Asta's going through meteors, and it's like these aren't meteors. Like, they're big. I'm not trying to downplay the whole Dante gravity feat because he lifted 6 giant rocks, but like if you look at the rocks, they're really not that big. Like, I mean, they are big, but like I'm no pixel scaler or none of that stuff. But like you can literally see it like right here. Like the rock in comparison to the tree is not huge. Like it's not. I mean, it's clearly bigger, but that's not more than like 10 of those trees. Like it's not. Granted, mad impressive that Asta can just like blast through these with like no difficulty whatsoever. But this is also like enraged, enhanced black form Asta. So let's not go too crazy when we start talking about how strong he is now. Then we get on to like some of the Gray and Vanessa stuff with Ghost. Now, my thing with Ghost is we can see his grimoire. It is still here. It's not fading away. It's still intact. So he's not dead. That's been established in Black Clover. When you die, your grimoire disappears. It fades away. He is still there. His grimoire is literally right there. So he's not dead yet. So if he somehow is alive after this, I'm still okay with it because, again, like I said, it looks bad, but Tabata still hasn't broken the whole rules on that. Now, I'm not for sure how they're going to make him be alive because, like, a lot of people are hoping for that Gray spell. Like, oh, Gray gets a new spell to save him, but it's like with her transformation magic, I'm not exactly for sure what she could do. Like, the only thing that my brain could think of, like, oh, she could transform wounds into not wounds, but that doesn't really make any sense. Like, at all. That would be like an instant arcane ability right there. If you can just transform damage into not damage, that's kind of crazy. That's breaking the laws of nature immediately. So, and I don't think she's gonna get anything like that. Then also we got like a small little peek on like Nero's sealing damage ability, because we knew that she sealed damage, but even Vanessa was like, this is like out of Nero's league. Like this wouldn't really help him even if she did seal it. So we got that peek as well. But yeah, I don't know. I obviously don't want Ghost to die. Ghost is one of, like I said before, one of my favorite Black Bulls. But like I said, I'm not gonna be upset if he is still here, just because, like I said, his grimoire's bam, it's right there. So if he lives, I'm still cool with it. Tabata hasn't done anything, broken your rules to me at least. So by this time in Dante and Asta's fight, he's kind of getting like tired of playing with him, and he makes like a bunch of those swords that he used to like impale Ghost, and like he tries to stab Asta, and he does like this super huge black hurricane and like tries to hit, well, he obviously protects himself, and he tries to hit Dante, and he like disappears. I'm not really for sure what this disappear type thing is, because we've seen it a couple times in the panels and in the fight in this chapter. I think we've seen it in last chapter too, but not for sure what this is. I think it's just him moving really fast, I guess. But Asta was able to predict where he was and like still like land a hit on him. And I'm not for sure if this is just like Asta's key, because I mean Asta does have keys, so he can like predict, has somewhat of a prediction aspect, but I'm not for sure if he's still able to use that in this like enraged black form. There's also, it could just be more instincts from like his enraged black form. He could just be like more primal, so he just kind of just knew. There's a couple ways that you could try to justify this, but he does end up leaving like a small like scratch on Dante, and like I'm not for sure if this kind of made him irritated or what, because Dante, like I said, this entire premise of this fight is Dante wanted Yami. Yami's not there, so he's going to play with the Black Bull. So it's almost like if you got like a little brother or something, and you bored and you want to play with him, so you just beating him up, you pushing him around, just goofing off. But then he actually hits you, and it kind of hurt. And you're like, okay, that actually kind of hurt me a little bit. Now I'm about to really mess you up for no reason. It's one of those, like, so it's like, it's not that like Asta's making Dante fight seriously, or like Dante's about to fight serious because he's feel threatened. It's more like, okay, you kind of hurt me a little bit, and I was just playing with you, but now I'm irritated. So that's kind of how I take it. So it's not like Asta's even remotely close to Dante's level. He could easily have no diffed him at, like, in the beginning or while he was in his black form, because like I said, he wanted to talk to him. So he wanted to talk to him, and he wanted Yami. So it's not like Asta was really pushing him in this fight. At least not that we've seen. Next chapter, if he's trying to kill him and he can't, then we'll be having a different conversation. But then yeah, after that, the chapter kind of just ends. Now I'm not for sure what we're going to see next week. Like I said, Ghost's condition is definitely something that like is very pressing. Like we really need to think about how is he going to be saved. Yami showing up. It's been a couple chapters since Finral left, but I don't think that much time has passed, honestly. So not for sure. I'm not for sure if it'll be enough time for Yami to just pop up. Then there's always that still thing where we could finally see the Black Bulls vice captain. The vice captain could possibly be nearby since they're on the Spade border. You never know, he can show up and possibly get them out of this. Like I said, still not for sure where Tabata is going to go with this. I would love to see what you guys think might happen in the near future. Like, how are we going to get out of this? Do you think Dante's about to go like absolutely crazy next chapter, or do you think he's just going to turn it up a little bit and just try to take out Asta? Vanessa, her impending capture is still on the table. Like, Dante could easily just deal with all of them and then take her. So there's lots of things right now that are in play that I'm really, really waiting to see like how they go. So let me know in the comments what you guys think is gonna happen down below. Again, I probably give this chapter like, again, it's not the fight chapter. I'm not saying fight chapters are bad, but they're just that they are fight chapters. So it was hype. I mean, like, we got the War Devil's name and all that, but still, it's only a fight chapter. So I give it like, this one was hype, so I give it a 7. No, 8. This one was hype. This was a hype fight chapter, so I give it an 8. I would give it an 8 out of 10. But like and sub if you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in my next video.